have a Mercedes Keys or a G63 with AMG written on the side. I'ma have a crib with a view, and anything I do won't ever have to worry about the price. I'ma have like a million fans.
Hi, it's Jody. Today we are going to be talking about loneliness. Being alone, being comfortable being alone. Loneliness can be such a difficult thing to really accept. For me, at least, in my past experiences, I feel like loneliness has always been something that I've been afraid of. And I guess the way that we can tackle being lonely is if we shift loneliness and being alone into a feeling of solitude. I guess changing our phrasing, what emotions we associate with being alone. What are the things that we've learned about being alone? Learning that being alone is not a bad thing. You know, it's always good to have somebody to hold, somebody to cuddle with, you know, all that good stuff. But sometimes you gotta take a break and focus on yourself. It's really easy to get in the trap of just hanging around people just so that you're not by yourself because you're afraid of being alone. Sometimes it even intensifies our feelings toward another person because we don't want to be alone. I have notes on my laptop that I'm looking at. So the reason why loneliness kind of came to mind, for me, I'm used to always being around people. I come from a very large Jamaican family, so you know, say, the people them all about, them all around, you know. But so I'm used to always having some type of noise in my house. It's cousins on top of cousins, and we're all very, very close. Thank God. Like I've probably been like the biggest blessing. So the closest people in my life are my family, and that is phenomenal because some people do not have that. So I'm truly blessed and grateful. And if any of my cousins are watching, yo say yo, I love you. That was funny. But yeah, I'm always used to being around people, and right now some of my friends are dealing with their own things right now. I haven't been able to hang out with them as much as I would like to. One thing that I usually do when I can't hang out with the people that I want to hang out with, sometimes like I'll meet new people and I'll hang out with them, and it doesn't always turn out to be the best experience. Sometimes I connect with people at times when I'm operating from a place of scarcity, I guess. You know, sometimes you just like end up hanging out with people and it's just like, girl, I had no business hanging out with you. You know, you're just like, yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll hang out with them. And it's like, yeah, this is why I don't hang out with you. I try to find other people and other outlets that make me feel better, and sometimes it does not always turn out to be the best. I feel like right now, this point in my life is definitely a shift going on, a big transformation, and a lot of growth that I see happening. I'm very proud of the progress that I've seen myself make, and I definitely do attribute most of that to me trying to stand alone. I've always been associated with somebody else. I feel like anytime anyone would like mention me to someone, it would be like Jodi-Ann somebody else. It's never just been, oh, you know Jodi, the girl that do this. Like, for me at least, it hasn't been that. It's been like Jodi-Ann blanky blank, and nah, blanky blank and Jodi, yeah. I've never really taken the time to stand out on my own 2 feet and do something all by myself. So over the past few months, some of the things that I've done by myself, like, it's been pretty cool. I guess I see the shift in my confidence to be filming this right now, because God knows I would have never did anything like this before. Even though, no matter how interested I was just like, girl, YouTube ain't for me. It's cute, but I don't know. I know now. The things that I've been doing lately, things that I plan on doing, just ideas and through my own personal experiences. When I am trying to turn my feelings of loneliness and transform it into contentment and solitude. These are some of the things that I do, and hopefully for anyone watching that has been dealing with some of the same things that I've been dealing with, hopefully this helps. Disclaimer, I don't have all the answers. I ain't trying to have all the answers. These are just a couple of suggestions that worked for me, things that I've tried out. I believe that they could be helpful for anyone who's interested in giving them a try. Let's get into the items. One thing that I feel like definitely helps is taking a class. Learn something that you've never learned before. Something that you're just like, okay, maybe I'll try it. I don't know. And do it by yourself. Do not tell your friends to come with you. Do it by yourself. You can go into a whole new space, feel a whole new energy, meet new people, and not feel like you have to be anything specific. Like, there's no expectations, I feel like, going into it. You may be nervous, depending on what you're doing. but it's a good way to kind of just get into a new crowd or just meet people that are a bit like-minded, that are interested in some of the same things you're interested in. Because oftentimes with friends, of course, we'll be interested in the same thing. Sometimes like there'll be differences, or there'll be something that I want to do but my friends don't want to do it. You know, we're all different, we're all individuals. So one class that I've started taking a pole dancing class. It's been really fun. If you're thinking about taking a class, like pole dancing or just any dancing, because girl, I feel like I'm the one person in my family who cannot dance. It's so embarrassing being a Jamaican girl with no booty and no moves. Come on, like what is that? But whatever, this no booty still shake, it don't matter. And I still dance even if it ain't the best. You know, I can do the thunderclap, I could do some of the other dances, you know. Pundi river, pundi rock, I could do that. I could do old school Elephant Man and Sean Paul. Don't frig wrong with me, you know, but whatever. Taking a dance class is something I was just like, yo, I am not good with choreography, I'm not good with coordination, but I leave that class feeling powerful and feeling like, you know, I can dance. And the people there are really nice, it's very supportive, it's a nice energy. If you're thinking about taking a class, there's so many different things. It could be dance, it could be an art class, it could be an acting class, an improv class, public speaking, just anything. And you could take something in person or virtual. There's so many different options. Definitely, I highly recommend taking a class and doing something that you've never done before. Tip number 2, do something that is a step towards your independence. For me personally, I do not know how to drive. I'm terrified of getting behind the wheel. I could, you know, whip it around a little bit in a parking lot, but I am just like, ooh, getting on the road, I don't know. But it's something that I do want to do, and by the end of this year, I want to make sure that I know how to drive. If you already know how to drive, go ahead and get a car. If you're financially able, or you know, whatever your situation is, buying it, getting your own apartment, getting your own space, doing things that kind of help you in a way, whatever you feel like would help you further your independence and your personal journey, whatever that may be. Please go ahead and do that for you. Step number 3, write. I recently started writing, something that I never usually do. During this whole the past year, I really got into writing, just writing down my feelings, not writing to write anything specific, but just going ahead and write. I got the cutest journal, my manifestation journal that I just randomly found in Home Goods. I'm gonna go get it. So I got this one first. It's so cute. It says, today I choose to be happy. I am in charge of how I feel. And this one I got from Five Below, and it's more of like a prompted journal. So like you do like weekly reflections, so like pages for notes, and then like encouraging words. It's really nice if you want something more structured. Then I got this. This one is my manifestation journal. I got this from Home Goods, and it's just a regular journal, but I have been filling it up. Y'all can't read that. Y'all ain't gonna see what I'm manifesting. It's private. I got into writing because I was dealing with a lot. It really has been a very helpful outlet. So in the white journal that I have, sometimes I'll just kind of write out like whatever negative things I'm feeling, and then in the purple one, I kind of just manifest or just write what I would like to see, express my gratitude, just all positivity. However you feel to write, even if you just like write a sentence or just a word. Different accounts on Instagram have like writing prompts. If I find any, I will link them in the description below. I went on my trip to Jamaica in February. I brought my manifestation journal, and I just went down on the beach and I just sat there, let the waves hit, and just wrote how I was feeling, expressing my gratitude for just being there, you know. And it just felt really good to kind of just, you know, be in a positive space and still write out what's going on with me. You know, even if you're not on vacation, on a beach or whatever, I say just go walk around your neighborhood, or just walk to like your local park, take a seat and just write. Tip number 4, plan a solo trip. If you feel safe enough to travel alone, I would definitely highly recommend planning a solo trip. Even if it's like a staycation and you're just going to like a hotel that's maybe like a couple miles from your house, and you're just going by yourself for maybe like the weekend. Or if you want to go fly to Cali or come to New York or wherever you want to go on a solo trip. It kind of gives you like some space to just be for yourself. And again, it definitely ties into the whole thing of just being alone but in another space, change of scenery. I guess it's like almost a personal little gift for yourself. Get you a little Airbnb, make it a moment, order food, do your thing, you know, watch all your favorite shows, or just explore the town by yourself. Take yourself out to eat. Even if it's something that you're not gonna do right away, maybe in the next few months, it's great to give yourself something to look forward to. Something that we kind of like, in a way, take for granted. Like if I can't go now, then well dang, I don't know when I'm gonna go. But it's like, girl, book that trip for the next few months, who cares? because time is gonna go and you're gonna get more and more excited as time goes on because you have somewhere to go, something to look forward to. Be safe. One tip that I've heard about for solo trips is do not post about where you at while you're there. Wait till you get back safe and sound and then go ahead and post about it. So safety first, safety first. And do your research. Just make sure where you're going is a really safe place. Make sure you feel comfortable. Always have your location on for your immediate family. Make sure that your select few know exactly where you at, how to reach you, number of the hotel you're staying at or the Airbnb or whoever, and just make sure people got contact. Talk to a therapist. If you feel like your feelings of loneliness are just a lot, or even if you don't feel like it's too much for you, you're just like, yeah, I need to talk to somebody. If you're able to, definitely talk to a therapist. I know there are a lot of options with like virtual therapy. There are trained people that are out here that can help you, and I know sometimes it gets really dark and it gets hard. Talk to someone. It can always help. Dig deeper into your spirituality. If you are a religious person, open your Bible, open your Quran, open the Torah. I think that's what it's called. Sorry. Go into your faith. I definitely have become a more spiritual person. I talk to God every morning. Hallelujah, Jesus. And I've definitely taken an interest in like spirituality, crystal, and energy, different practices and things that I do, yoga, meditation, learning that I can meditate in a whole bunch of different ways. It doesn't have to be the traditional just sitting there. I literally can lay in my bed, just listen to some soothing music or some nature sounds, and honey, I am meditating. Different things work for different people. Whatever brings you deep peace, please do turn to it. Be mindful of what you're consuming on the daily. Be mindful of what you are consuming on the daily. I don't know how I can stress that enough. Stop listening to that sad music. Heartbreak Anniversary, it's a good song, but turn it off. Turn it off. You don't need to hear it 5 times a day. It's great. I love Jodi-Ann too, but we're gonna listen to the positive Jodi-Ann, okay? Speak life into you, Jodi-Ann. Speak life. Sometimes we kind of just get into our sadness and just listen to the same things over and over again. Even like with certain types of music, everybody love Pooh Shiesty and all of them. Pooh Shiesty, that's my dog. But sometimes it's too shiesty for y'all to be listening to that all the time. Like, listen to something that's positive. Create a manifestation playlist and listen to that daily. Put on like all your favorite songs, anything that speaks life into you with a positive message. I actually have one, and I'll link that below for all my people that would like to check it out. Sometimes we don't realize how draining the movies, the TV shows, the music that we're watching. Black trauma has been selling in film. I'm glad that Black actors and Black creatives are being seen, and we're doing a damn thing on the screen. We gotta spread the message, but baby girl, I'm tired of watching it. I don't need to watch it no more because I know what it is. I lived this experience. Trauma porn, it's literally trauma porn, and I'm tired of seeing it, and it's stressing me out. So I do not consume that at all. Even on social media, just ingesting all of these things mentally, it is just a lot. Sometimes you need to take a break and just go silent for a minute. Get on your Finsta and make sure you follow all the funny little meme accounts and stuff, Justin LeBoy. The account is funny, but sometimes the posts be way too toxic for me to be. Just know your limit and know what you can consume, and just know what works for you. Yes? This is Majesty, my Majesty poem. Taking things that speak life. Be kind to your mental. This is also kind of like ties in with something I said before, but go out alone. Take yourself out on a date. I would say go to that party by yourself. If you feel good, if you feel right about it, do it. A few weeks ago, I was having like a really tough time, and I took myself out to a diner that I really like, had a great brunch, and then I went to one of my favorite crystal stores, and then I went and got my ears pierced, and everything was just like an impromptu taking care of myself for the day. Doing that for myself, not worrying about what other people thought. I remember going in there and being like, yeah, table for one? For one? Okay, yeah, table for one. And I felt confident saying the table for one. There ain't nobody sitting next to me now, and I'm not sitting at the bar neither. Sometimes you just need that moment of solitude. Another thing that I feel like would be really great is to read. I know we all read like the self-help book. Those have definitely become popular. Here's one that I'm reading right now, and it's been pretty good so far. 101 Ways That Will Change the Way You Think. She be coming for you, girl. I'm not gonna lie. Miss Brianna Wiest. She definitely will gather you. She will, but it's a good gather. It's like, okay, yeah, girl, you right. I'm gonna get it together. Yeah, I feel like if you're kind of in a funk and you just need something to kind of, all right, maybe I'm not crazy. Maybe I'm not bugging. She wrote it in the book. Everybody's dealing with it. Cool. And if you don't feel like reading self-help books, girl, pick up a fiction. Pick up a basic novel about just anything. If you have any suggestions for books to read, definitely drop them down below in the comments. To sum up this entire ramble session, do things for yourself. When you feel like you're lonely and you feel like you don't have much or anyone to turn to, you just kind of have to, in a way, pick yourself up and make the first step to turning that loneliness into solitude. Being alone is not necessarily a bad thing. And I know it can be hard. It can take a lot out of us, but it's very necessary. I feel like it's very necessary for our growth as people. And if you do a real good deep dive, figure out what works for you, you'll learn so much about yourself that you didn't know. And it's a way to kind of give yourself confidence, to regain your confidence. Let you know that you that bitch. You always been that bitch, you always will be that bitch. Ain't nobody gonna stop you from being that bitch. Who gonna check you, boo? Who? Okay? And if the loneliness is a lot, you just need somebody to talk to, anyone, say that down there in the comment, and we as a community will come together and lift you up. I really, really do hope that this all helps. And yeah, that concludes my very first YouTube video ever. Stop listening to that damn Justin Bieber song too. I'm so low. No, stop listening to that song. Don't listen to that song anymore. I'll fight you. Don't. I should get a clapper. Should clap that.
Today woke up on the wrong side of my full time.